Walk stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and friends. What'd I think of The Walk? Actually, I thought it was great. Alright, see you guys. Thanks for watching. No, don't go. Okay, huh? I'm just kidding. Seriously though, The Walk's a really great film, and I was pleasantly surprised. The trailers made it look like it was going to be some, weird, displaced action film, and I didn't really know how to feel, but the movie itself actually breeds a really good heist vibe. Like Ocean's 11, but for circus techniques. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays Philip Petit. Petit is renowned French wire walker. He's the type of guy you would see at a circus who would be doing the high wire, walking on the really inch-thin rope across the two poles or whatever. But in 1975, in the 70s, I should have looked it up before I started doing this review, but whatever. In 1970s, Petit strung a wire across the two Trade Center towers and walked across it without any harnesses or anything like that. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays Petit pretty well. His French accent comes off a little hokey, but he still speaks the language really well, and there's some banter back and forth between him and another character, and they'll go from English to French to English to French, and it's actually pretty amusing. But yeah, Levitt plays Petit really well, and you really feel his struggle going from someone who just learns to wire walk in the beginning in a normal wire walking setting to gradually going up to walking across the two trade towers. And like I said, the film actually feels like a heist movie because Levitt gets together, or Petit, I should say, gets together this group of friends, one being his girlfriend, one being a photographer to document the whole thing, one being like a planner, and one being Ben Kingsley, who isn't in the movie much, but I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, Petit rounds all these people together to go over to New York City and go to the very top of the South Tower and then string a wire across it to walk across it. And it feels like a heist film because there's scenes of them planning it out, sneaking into the trade towers after dark. And the pacing was excellent, I wasn't thrown off. Sometimes I really feel like I may have ADD because I'm constantly distracted by things, but I was really in tune to The Walk the entire time. I mean, there were some instances of bad CGI and green screen that threw me off, but overall it kept my feet on the wire. Had really good balance. Roped me in. Everyone else did their part really well in this movie. As I mentioned, Ben Kingsley was in this, and Kingsley, to me, it's not that I don't like him, but he looks like a scholarly actor, someone like Morgan Freeman or another old guy who's been acting for a while who's really good. And Kingsley gives off that vibe just as general as an actor, but he's in so many bad movies, like The Love Guru and Iron Man 3. And I'm not saying The Walk was bad at all, because it wasn't. And Kingsley's utilized really well in it. He's not in it too much, but he plays his part great. Everyone else in this film was really good too, except maybe Ben Schwartz. Who's Ben Schwartz? Well, have you ever watched Parks and Recreation? Ben Schwartz plays the eccentric John Ralphio, I mean. And Schwartz is in this movie as another photographer, and he's barely in it and doesn't really do anything except spout some, conflicting dialogue, like, why are you doing this, man? You're going to get us killed. You're going to get us arrested. That was about it. He was the only character who really didn't do much. Other than that, everyone else had a pivotal role in this film, and they pulled it off great. So, in my opinion, The Walk was great. You guys should see it. It was really good. I mean, excellent pacing, heist movie vibe, really keeps you on the edge of your seat, and then you just wonder, how did the real Philip Petit actually pull these stunts off? I mean, the man walked across a high wire on the trade towers back and forth multiple times. It's not like he did it once, and this is shown in the movie as well, acted out by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He walks across the high wire across the two towers multiple times, back and forth, and even lays down on it. I mean, the whole time I was really thinking, how did the real Philip Petit even have the courage to do this? I mean, I get scared coming off of my bed every morning. Anyway, yeah, The Walk was great. Not one of Robert Zemeckis' better films, but it was still really, really good. And I'll say it right now, and I know I'm probably going to get flamed, but I love Robert Zemeckis. Forrest Gump is my favorite movie of all time. Forrest Gump is a movie that literally has everything. If you think about it, it has action, drama, romance, comedy, religion, family values, all bundled up into a perfect film that I just love. And while The Walk was no Forrest Gump, it was still a really great film. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at jgreen89, Jay Green, like the color, 89. And listen to my podcast, now on iTunes, Blah Blah Podcast. BLAH Podcast. You can find it on iTunes or at blahblahinc.com. Thanks for watching and tune in next time.